Well, you know who's next.
I do. Very exciting.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. And so we are so excited to be again bringing on our amazing Soul Search TV stars, Tom and AJ from Speaking from Source. And I know our whole Soul Search community and Global Peace Drive community just love them. For those of you guys who are tuning in for the first time, Tom and AJ are intuitive channels, and they share divine intelligence with all of us by channeling the guides, a collective of high-frequency spiritual beings from multiple planes and dimensions. With great love, humor, and wisdom, the guides help individuals and groups better understand the events and circumstances of their lives from a universal perspective, enabling clients to align with universal truth and find the abundance and joy that is our birthright. And what's so unique about you guys is that you're an amazing couple that actually channels simultaneously from the guides from Source. So it's a really incredible experience. And I just also love how fun and loving the guides are. And really, last time you're channeling, we were both laughing so much. And they really do provide very powerful, pragmatic tools and tips. So AJ and Tom, welcome back. We love having you guys on the show.
Oh, we're so delighted to be here with you.
And if anybody has questions, please put them in the chat box. I've already got a couple questions to ask the guides. But for people that are new, do you want to share a little bit about your unique form of channeling together?
Sure, we're what I guess we've never met anyone like us before, so I don't know what to call us, but we do simultaneous channeling. In other words, we share a single mind when we channel. So when AJ is talking, I can see the words in my head that he's about to say, or I'll think of a word and he'll channel it, and vice versa. We discovered that, almost accidentally,
Right.
and really explored it with the guides, and here we are.
Yeah, they said, we want you guys to be upfront and leaders to illustrate the principle of one mind and oneness.
Yep.
This is something that's available to everyone, and we all experience it in one way or another with synchronicities and telepathy and everything like that. But here you are seeing it in action. And one of the things we do to make that work is we go into a meditation and we align our energies, and we're going to do that with you right now, actually, as we bring in the guides. They're already here, but we're going to formally bring them in through us, and then we'll open up to your questions. So we're really excited to get started.
They are really excited to be here, so let's go ahead and bring them in. Important that we all unite in our energies, however, so I'm going to ask everyone listening to this broadcast to join me in a nice, deep, full breath in and out. Another in and out. And one more in and out. Allow yourself to just breathe naturally, and we're going to now allow ourselves to feel the ground under us as Mother Earth holds us and roots us through this adventure, this journey into the etheric realm, allowing our crown chakra and our third eye to open fully as we step out into the etheric realm, where Source itself, the beautiful light of Source, appears. Our ability to see that light at any time through our third eye, feel that light through our crown chakra, as we enable ourselves to feel that light as well within our own souls. And so we welcome in our beautiful guides, those of the greatest and highest intention, those of the highest vibration closest to the light. We ask you to join with the guides of all of those who are present on this broadcast, who are listening later, and invite you to join us in this etheric table as we interact with you in perfect communion of light.
Indeed, dear ones, we are grateful for the opportunity of co-creation with you today, and we feel your energies quite strongly as we look upon you and your earth plane at this time as you bring forward the connection of the heart and the mind and allow yourselves to connect with the heart energy and to open up to the loving energies of source and creation itself with a new awareness and new mindfulness.
Dear ones, we remind you of how special this time is for you, for it is during this time that you are closest to spirit, able to interact, able to experience communion. Let us be clear of this word, for it has been aligned quite a bit. By this, we mean the blending of our energies, and now is a perfect time for your entire planet focuses on the divine energies, speaks and sings of peace on earth, and talks of love and gentleness. And what a perfect time then for you to practice these very thoughts, these very ideas, for they are what bring you joy, joy to the world as you sing. And so we remind you and encourage you not to let this time go by obligation, by frustration, by concerns that the dinner is cooked well, or that the gifts you exchange are the right ones. These are unimportant and rob you of your joy. And so we remind you of the importance instead to make the most of the energy surrounding you, dearest ones, you are adored.
We remind you at this time, dear ones, that you indeed are the gifts. It is your intention to lead with your heart and to open to the expression of joy in all of your interactions, whether the dinner be hot or cold, or to your liking or your dislike. It is your opportunity to avail yourselves of the incredible energies that come to the planet at this time.
And we advise you to enjoy all the sweet tastes, all the sweet sounds, and all the light that surrounds you. At this time, it is all there for you. And yet, we know you have questions yourself, and so we are open to a conversation, our communion with you.
Wonderful.
We do have questions.
So we have a question coming in from Dr. Laura. What do your guides say about the event? A flash of high vibe light that might be coming through our sun from the central sun. Have you had any messages about it?
There is a great deal of light. Let us first say, dear one, how we love your heart, how we can feel your loving energies. We wish to acknowledge this for you, for it is clear to us we can feel you. Let us speak of the light, for the light is of greatest importance for all of you, and you are exposed to far greater light than at any other time. And so you shall see many anomalies, not just this great light you speak of, for the sun is being fed. It is using its energies to transform this earth. We say this so that you are not afraid, for events are worrisome for many of you now, and yet do not underestimate the light, that is coming to you regularly, for it is transforming all of your planet.
We must remind you, dear ones, that the sun is always transmitting wisdom, knowledge, messages through his plasmatic energy. It is never ending, and it is always continuing in ways large and small. And so it is a matter of your opening up to receiving such with love and with wisdom and with knowing that you are held and safe and carried by source. Nothing ever to frighten you, nothing ever for you to succumb, for there is no such thing as succumbing. We remind you always to remain in the positive energy and in the light of source and the creator itself.
You feel your own light. Yes, we hope you do, for it is not the external that is transforming, but the internal. This built into your souls. The light of source is not outside of you, but lives deep inside of you. This we encourage all of you to grow closer to spend the moments almost every day, if you must, simply seeing the light from inside, for there you are. There you are in all your magnificence, the perfect replication of the light of source.
It's beautiful. Gentlemen, in guides, there's a very kind of personal question that's come in from Heidi, who's in our audience. She's wanting to know what happened to her daughter when she was stolen by CPS, that's Child Protective Services. Made change so much when she returned from the time that she was taken by CPS. Is that a question you can answer?
Indeed, dear ones.
Let us begin by saying to you with great love and gentleness, the answer will not appease. We say this to you, for you often ask questions of what has occurred before, and yet it is long gone. What is important is what is occurring now and what is needed at this moment, for you have all experienced travesties. You have all experienced great difficulties, some of you more than others. And yet we encourage you to never look backwards, but only to look forward, for you must recognize the transformative power of your love.
We must always remind you of your power, your ability to manage your energy and your emotions, and to recalibrate in the present moment. For each and every one of you, there are circumstances which you may find at times difficult or confronting, and yet all intended for the expansion of your soul, your own personal self-realization.
What we are saying, beloved, is that there is no energy of the universe that looks backward, whether to accuse, whether to seek revenge, whether to find retribution. None of these energies are necessary, for they are not a part of the character of the universe, which is only able to create and to expand. We also remind you, dear one, that all things work for your greatest and highest good, and the greatest and highest good of your daughter. Yes, we know it is difficult to see or believe this when you say, "Why has tragedy struck me?" And you say it is for my good, and yet we will tell you in time you shall see the necessity in both your relationship as well as in this young woman. It shall become clear, and even beyond this lifetime, for we remind you, you are on an eternal journey, and all things are a part of your own choice towards this greatest and highest good.
You know, I'm curious, gentlemen. This brings up a question, not from her, but from myself. Would you say then that it's important, even for parents, to recognize that ultimately life is the true mother and father, and parents, human parents, are temporary caregivers?
Yes, each of you have your own path. What a gift you have to share a lifetime with the one that was born through you. And yet that individual soul made an independent decision to incarnate at this time and under your parentage, in your circumstances, within your time and place. For it is a part of their decision how this incarnation shall be used toward their self-realization. Do you understand, dear ones, that this is the purpose of your incarnation? This incarnation and all others, it is for your self-realization as an eternal soul, your realization of your very light. And the circumstances, positive and negative, are all contributing toward this occurrence. And so we remind parents the gift you have of your love and of your care, and yet remind you your children have their own path. You need not feel sorrow if they path leads to tragedy, nor need you feel pride should the path lead to success. For you have an influence, but it is not your path.
Indeed, and so we remind you there is only love, and the transformative energy of love which you can apply to any and all of your situations and conditions, remembering therein the great knowledge that is shared in the expansion of your soul from this child to you, not just you to this child, everything a co-creation.
And so we encourage you to share your own confidence in the love of Source, to model your own understanding that all is well and that only the highest and greatest good is to be accomplished. We advise you to share your light and to share your love. It is the greatest gift you can give each other, whether you are related or not.
Given that it's a time that we're celebrating Christmas, what do the guides have to say about this time of year and perhaps the true meaning of Christ Mass?
We remind you that Christ, the Christ consciousness is in fact always around you, and yet you all humans have designated this time to give it your attention. We say often that where your attention lies is where your vibration is set. And therefore, this time of year, you give yourselves more attention towards the Christ consciousness. And what is this Christ consciousness? It is the light of Source. It is the love of Source. It is the connection, the communion we repeat of your energies with that of the universe in pure and positive love. It is the ability for you to see beyond yourselves and to see and feel fully the wonders of humanity and the wonders of the universe. And we encourage you to make the most of it, which is why we say Do not become distracted from this opportunity of attention by intending instead to gift giving or meal preparation or what you will do with Aunt Ida when she arrives.
Indeed, dear ones, we draw your attention to the aspect of the collective consciousness, a time as you focus your intentions, your hearts, and your mind toward the spiritual, if you will, the higher realms, the celestial heavenly bodies in the sky around the earth, which creates portal energies of receiving and transmission for you, hence the opportunity to merge with the Christ consciousness in your prayers and your intentions at this very time.
What did we, the archangels themselves, call out as we heralded the birth of the Christ child? Not the birth of a human, but the turning of an opportunity, the existence of hope in a time of great suffering. And we encourage you to do the same, for now is when your hope is most powerful. We encourage you then to focus all of your attention there and listen to our heralding of what is here for you now.
Beautiful.
And we have one last question coming in from Dia Therese. She asks, "Dear ones, what saith your guides of the sun's role in the 12,000 year, 90-degree reset of the magnetic poles in the next decade, the sun's micronova?"
Dear ones, the sun acts for you as a portal and transmission of energy. It has undergone several metamorphoses, if you will, throughout its time, which have affected Earth in many and great ways. And yet we do say to you at this time to manage your propensity for drama, for you are often too inclined to move toward disaster and calamity, as it were. Yes, opportunities for reset, opportunities for change, and yet the opportunity now in a new higher consciousness to merge and join with these changes for your expansion and not for your destruction.
We encourage you, dear ones, to not look outside of yourselves to any occurrence in the universe. For all of this is a perfect reflection of your own hearts and your own intentions. Therefore, we encourage you as you hear countless predictions and stories of what shall happen to you, to instead recognize what shall happen through you. We encourage you now to keep the clock ticking, to keep all the gears moving as they shall with or without you. For the universe is perfectly aligned to accomplish all that it is meant to accomplish, and yet it indeed your role. What is it that you intend? How shall you generate your energies? For it alone keeps the universe moving.
Dear ones, we remind you that you are indeed a sun, you are indeed a light, and to expand that light throughout your physical body, your environment, and your interactions in love and peace with others upon your planet.
Look at the light within. There you shall find all the transformation you seek. It is with great love that we leave you complete.
Mm,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Really powerful channeling. Thank you for those messages.
Thank you. That was fun.
Oh, I really appreciate how you keep bringing it back to the light within them, And,
Yeah.
that's
That's really been the message they've shared the most, is that we have far more power than we enable. We keep looking outside of ourselves, right? The traffic is why I'm in a bad mood. The boss is why my bank account crashed, or all these external things, whether they're universal or they're very personal. And the guides constantly return to just say, you have so much more power.
Mm.
Well, I want to let people know you've got some good stuff coming up.
I do.
Do you want to tell us about this?
Yes, definitely. So I know you guys are just blown away and inspired by all of the beautiful messages from the guides that Tom and AJ are bringing through. And we're so excited that starting January 2nd, you guys can actually tune in with us every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, in our Soul Search Facebook community, where we're going to get to interact with Tom and AJ and the guides. We'll be doing a live 12-week watch party and live chat. So what this is going to be is that AJ and Tom have their amazing show on Soul Search TV, The Infinite Pathway, Journey to Self-Realization. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely go to Soul Search TV and watch. Each episode is a powerful transmission with tools, tips, and practices to support you in your everyday life. And we're going to be having an amazing interactive session once a week, every Thursday. You can join AJ and Tom on Facebook, in our Facebook group, where we will watch an episode of The Infinite Pathway together, and then have a live Q&A with the Thomas and AJ, and maybe some appearances from the guides as well.
Sure.
They've got plenty to share, and a lot of their transmissions are throughout that series. And we've had reports that people have been watching the show on Soul Search TV, and they've felt the energy, they've felt the transmission just by watching the show, which is why we wanted to bring this to everyone absolutely free through Soul Search TV and Speaking from Source, our website there as well, to have this Facebook party, if you will, and really get that high vibe energy set for the whole new year.
Definitely. It's going to be such a powerful way to start off 2025 with the guides and these messages. And yes, every episode, the energy is so powerful and palpable. I mean, our shows are very hard to binge watch because after you watch the episode, you have to take some time to integrate. But it's really amazing to be able to have that opportunity to do that with both of you guys. And really, thank you so much for your generosity in coming up with this idea. And we're inviting the whole Global Peace Tribe community to come join us starting January 2nd. Join us live every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific. We'll explore an episode each week and then dive into those powerful messages together.
Episodes are about 30 minutes apiece, so we'll have plenty of time to have lots to chat about.
And we love the Global Peace Tribe community and everyone there. And so we're so looking forward to saying hello to you and doing a shout out during this Facebook Live season.
And we wish you all a fabulous holiday.
Absolutely.
Enjoy.
Well, since you love the Global Peace Tribe community, you're in for a real treat. You've been here enough shows to see Eleanor Joy dancing. Well, that all began 2 years ago. When Cornflower was on the show playing music. She felt the spirit of her mother. Now, back then, we didn't do anything other than show Cornflower playing music. But Eleanor Joy felt the spirit of her mother coming into her body. She got up and she started to dance. Yeah. And that is when the whole thing that now you see all the people getting up and dancing, that all started with Eleanor Joy, inspired by Cornflower.
That's awesome.
So we are super grateful. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, the guides are always directing us towards joy, and music is such a big part of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I meant to lose us instead of you.
All right, let's bring
Now
on
here's
the
the
music.
Let's bring on the music.
Thanks for the amazing channeling. We'll see you soon. Happy holidays.
Love you guys.